Jai Hind everyone, welcome back. And today we are going to revise actually that today that we are going to uh, start this session as a revisional session for unit test 2. And for this, that one of the most important chapter I'm going to take today for revision, that is Indigo by Louis Fisher from main course book Flamingo. And remember student, this is also important for board examinations. So let us see that and what is about the chapter, since it has already been taught in detail. And today we will study the main points, all those important points we will try to cover. It may take 2 sessions, but in first session we are going to start our revision of this chapter, The Indigo by Louis Fisher. So for this, that first of all I am going to share on your screen some important notes regarding the this chapter, those important points which will help you to revise whole chapter in a systematic manner. So let us see first that note here, that textual notes, important notes are here students. But before the beginning with these notes, I want to give you the introduction of the chapter Indigo. And in this chapter Indigo, Louis Fisher describes how Mahatma Gandhi took up the cause of the poor peasants of Champaran in 1916. And here the sharecroppers of Champaran, sharecroppers means the poor peasants, and who were working on the land which was owned by British landlords, and they were working as a sharecropper for growing their crop. They were getting the share of it. So the sharecroppers of Champaran were forced to grow indigo according to an ancient agreement. Means they had signed an ancient agreement, and on the basis of that they were forced to grow indigo. The cruel and cunning landlords taken money from the poor illiterate peasants illegally. Means they extorted money from the poor sharecroppers illegally. They made them sign a new agreement. They extorted compensation for freeing their land, and they told them if they want to be free from growing indigo, because growing indigo was very irksome, very troublesome job. So they extorted compensation for freeing their land from growing indigo, and Gandhiji's long struggle ended with the victory of the civil disobedience, because Gandhiji interfered in that matter, and with the help of Gandhiji, that sharecroppers were able to win the battle against the British landlords. The English landlords were compelled to return 25% of the money which they had extorted from the sharecroppers, which they had taken illegally from the sharecroppers. And now students, let us see that from where the idea of departure of the British came in Gandhiji's mind, because Louis Fisher, who wanted to write a book on Mahatma Gandhi, and he wanted to collect the first hand information. That's why that he decided to talk to Mahatma Gandhi himself, that from where that he got the idea of the departure of the British. And then Gandhiji tells to Louis Fisher, means the author, when the idea of the departure of the British from India came in his mind. And he said that it was in 1917. Gandhiji had gone to the December 1916 annual convention, means annual meeting of the Indian National Congress, which was held in Lucknow. A poor peasant came up there to Gandhiji, and the poor peasant was Rajkumar Shukla, who was one of the sharecroppers, one of the peasants of Champaran, and he wanted Gandhiji to come to his district. And Gandhiji had never heard of the place, means Gandhiji had never heard of the place, means Champaran district. And at that time, means Champaran district was near the kingdom of Nepal in Bihar, and Shukla was one of the peasants, one of the sharecroppers from there. Now what happened actually? Now what is this text about? Let us see, student. This was the introduction of the chapter. And now see that Gandhiji's decision to urge British departure. Gandhiji, why Gandhiji, when and why Gandhiji had taken the decision that Britishers, who are the outsiders, they shouldn't rule over Indian people in India. So when he decided that Britishers should leave his country, the Indian that prompted Gandhi to take this decision occurred in 1917. Actually, that Gandhiji had decided in 1917 for the departure of the British from India. And Gandhiji attended December 1916 annual convention, means annual meeting of the Indian National Congress, which was being held in Lucknow. And around 2,301 representatives, delegates means representative, and many other visitors from different part of the country were present there in that meeting. And there, during the meeting, when meeting was in progress, a poor peasant from Champaran approached Gandhiji there. And when he met Gandhiji, he requested him to visit Champaran district, and he also requested him to solve the peasants' problem, because that they were being exploited. That peasants means poor sharecroppers, they were being exploited by the British landlords, because at that time there was a landlord system in Champaran district, and where that lands were divided into states, and that states were owned by British landlords, and these peasants, that small farmers of Champaran district, were working as sharecroppers on their lands. Now let us see that another point, that exploitation of Champaran peasants, means how the Britishers were exploiting that Champaran peasants, means sharecroppers. Rajkumar Shukla, the poor peasant, recounted the miseries of Champaran, and when Rajkumar Shukla, who met Gandhiji, that he described all the miseries, their peasants' pathetic conditions, and how they were being exploited, means in detail he told the exploitation of poor peasants by the British landlords to Mahatma Gandhi. And the Champaran peasants were sharecroppers. At that time, they were working as a sharecroppers, means they were working on the field and they were getting their share from the British landlords. And he came there to complain, means Rajkumar Shukla, who was also one of the sharecroppers from Champaran district, who had come there to speak to Gandhiji, to complain about the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, because while he was there, that someone told him to talk to Gandhiji because he could help him. So that's why that he had come to bring Gandhiji along with him to see the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, and wanted Gandhi to help them. And he wanted that Gandhiji should help them, means poor peasants, sharecroppers of Champaran. And Shukla's effort was succeeded, and Shukla got success in his effort, because that he had a very good quality, that Shukla was resolute. He was a resolute, he was a person that who was Rajkumar Shukla was a person of strong determination, strong willpower. He had also a lot of patience to wait. And the Shukla was resolute, and he followed Gandhiji wherever he went. Means Gandhiji, at that time Gandhiji was not free, that he has so many engagements. He had to attend so many meetings in different parts of the country. But since Shukla was resolute, he followed Gandhiji everywhere, means wherever Gandhiji went, he followed him. And Gandhi visited Kanpur and a few other places, and Shukla followed him everywhere. And he continued persuading him, convincing him to visit Champaran. He kept on meeting him and convincing him to visit his district Champaran. So finally Gandhi agreed, because he was very much impressed by the tenacity of Rajkumar Shukla, by the firm determination of Rajkumar Shukla. And then that he decided to go with him, and he accompanied Shukla to Champaran after his Calcutta visit. But then Rajkumar Shukla met Gandhiji, and then he requested, because frequently he was visiting different kind of places, and he waited for a very long time. And after that Rajkumar Gandhiji had when he talked once to Gandhiji, then Gandhiji he requested Gandhiji to fix a date, and then Gandhiji told that he had meeting in Calcutta on such and such date, and he could visit there at Calcutta, and from there he can take him. So that he visited Calcutta. He waited till Gandhiji was free, and then Gandhiji accompanied him from Calcutta to visit Champaran, and a visit to Rajendra Prasad's house, and both of them boarded a train. And from there, that first of all Rajkumar Shukla took him to the house of Rajendra Prasad. Now remember, students, that who is Rajendra Prasad? Rajendra Prasad was a lawyer at that time at Patna. He was one of the prominent lawyer, eminent lawyer there. And later on that he became the president of Congress party, and also when India got freedom, that he became the first president of free India. They could not meet him as he was out of town. And when Rajkumar Shukla took Mahatma Gandhi to Rajendra Prasad in Patna, then at that time that he was not present there at house. Rajkumar means Rajendra Prasad was not present at his home. So Rajkumar Shukla and Gandhiji stayed at Rajendra Prasad's house, and they stayed there at Rajendra Prasad's house. That you can also see that students, while I was teaching you, means I told you in detail. I was explaining that the text at that time there is a reference that Gandhiji, while Gandhiji was staying there, that servants were there at Rajendra Prasad's house, and they did not allow Gandhiji to enter in their house. Even they did not allow Gandhiji to pull to draw water from the well, because there was another social evil was prevailed at that time, that is untouchability. They did not know from which caste Gandhiji belonged, so that's why Gandhiji was not allowed to draw water from the well, as they thought that if any drop of water from his bucket will fell down into the well, whole source of water will get polluted. And Gandhiji's decision to visit Muzaffarpur, and after that, from there, that Gandhiji decided to visit Muzaffarpur first in order to obtain information about peasants, because whatever information Rajkumar Shukla was able to share with Gandhiji, Gandhiji was not satisfied. Now remember students, this was the typical pattern of working of Gandhiji, because that before handling any matter, he wanted to collect all the informations in detail himself. So that's why he decided to obtain more information about peasants problem. And then that he sent a telegram to Professor J.B. Kriplani, who was also one of the follower of Gandhiji. And then first of all, that he conveyed a message to Professor J.B. Kriplani. Professor J.B. Kriplani, remember students, Professor J.B. Kriplani and that Professor Malkani, these two professors were there. They were government employee. And Kriplani and his students received Gandhiji at a station. And Professor J.B. Kriplani, along with a group of students, large group of students, were present there at the station when Gandhiji reached there to welcome him. And Gandhiji stayed at Professor Malkani's house, and there that another professor, Professor Malkani, remember students, remember this two names, especially Professor Malkani, and Gandhiji stayed for 2 days there at Professor Malkani's house. Professor Malkani, who was a government school teacher at that time, and Malkani's gesture commendable, because due to the fear of Britishers, very few showed such gesture. You know, there at that time, the Professor Malkani's act of giving shelter to Gandhiji at his home, it was a commendable job at that time, because due to the fear of Britishers, that local people were not favoring a person that who was the advocate of home rule, and Gandhiji was the advocate of home rule, means that his job was at risk because he was government employee. Even then he had given shelter to Gandhiji at his home. And now let us see another point, that hope for Champaran peasants. Sharecroppers means peasants from Champaran came to Muzaffarpur to meet Gandhiji, and when that the sharecroppers means peasants from Champaran came to know about Gandhiji's arrival. Since they did not know that who is Gandhiji, they had only one thing, one information, that there is some Mahatma that who wanted to help them. And so that people also means peasants also in large numbers came to meet Gandhiji. And some lawyers, eminent lawyers, along with Rajendra Prasad, they also came and they briefed, they gave the detailed information of sharecroppers case against the British landlords to Gandhiji. And the lawyers also reported the fee that they charged, and Gandhiji chided them for charging heavy fee from peasants. And then the reported fee, when Gandhiji asked them, they gave a full detail about the case, because those some of those lawyers who had already taken the sharecroppers case into the court against the Britishers. And they also means when Gandhiji asked why, means they had left the case, and they told him they told him the kind of fee, that such a heavy fee they charged from poor peasants. And then Gandhiji was angry somewhere, and he also scolded those lawyers for charging such a heavy fee from the poor peasants. And Gandhiji's conclusion, and then after having all these informations, all these reports, then finally Gandhiji decided to stop going to courts. Gandhiji decided not to take the court into not to take peasants problem into the court. And peasants were fear stricken, because Gandhiji till then Gandhiji has realized that main problem of sharecroppers, those poor peasants, was that they were fear stricken, they were scared greatly of the British landlords. And then that got no help from courts, and that's why Gandhiji thought that the courts will not be helpful. Taking their case to the court will not be fruitful for the sharecroppers, because their main problem is that they were fear stricken, they were scared of the Britishers, and peasants should free themselves from fear. And that's why that Gandhiji finally decided not to take their case to the court, rather that he wanted to solve the matter in a different way, in his own way. And because he wanted to get poor peasants free from the fear of the Britishers, which was their main problem, because there were so many in numbers. Britishers were outsiders, they were foreigners, and they were ruling their countries, they were ruling on peasants. Britishers were few in numbers, but they were ruling over the Indians who were so many in numbers. Why? Because that Indian peasants were illiterate, and they were fear stricken, they did not have any leader to guide them. And Gandhiji realized that fact very well, and then finally he decided not to take their case to the court. And then he also came to know exploitation of the peasants, now that how that those poor peasants were exploited. Now this is the main issue, this was the main problem for which Rajkumar Shukla had requested Gandhiji to help them. And what was the problem? Because the large estates owned by Englishmen, there was a landlord system in Bihar, in Champaran district, at that time, and large piece of lands were divided into states, and those states were owned by Englishmen, by Britishers, and they compelled Indian peasants to plant 15%. Now remember students that this is the main issue, that the issue actually started from here, that they compelled Indian peasants to plant 15% of their holdings, means their lands, with indigo, and peasants surrendered the entire harvest as rent. And then peasants who had to grow 15% of their arable land with the indigo, and they had to surrender, they had to give all the indigo to British landlords as rent. And this was done by long term contract, and this was done because they had signed the contract, that poor peasants had signed the contract, so that's why they could not come out of it. And now, effect of German synthetic indigo. But after that, what happened? Let us see that from where that crisis appeared, that sharecroppers to pay compensation to landlords for being released from 15% arrangements. And now there what happened, that Germany had produced synthetic indigo, synthetic, that is artificial chemical indigo, had been produced by Germany. And then what happened, that sharecroppers to pay compensation to landlords for being released from 15% of arrangement, because earlier, before Germany had produced synthetic indigo, that Indian indigo had a great demand in international market. It was the cheap commercial crop, so it was a highly profitable business for the British landlords. But when the Germany produced synthetic indigo, that demand of Indian indigo has been reduced, means it was no more a profitable business now. And that's why they played, means British landlords played a trick, and they asked sharecroppers to pay compensation to the landlords if they want to be released from 15% arrangement. And this arrangement irksome to the peasants, because that this arrangement was very troublesome for the sharecroppers. Some peasants signed the agreement willingly. Some peasants, sharecroppers signed the arrangement willingly. There were reason for that, because that it was very irksome, very troublesome job, indigo cropping for them. So some engaged lawyers to oppose it, and then some engaged lawyers to oppose it, means those sharecroppers who were not agreed to pay compensation, they they hired lawyers, and landlords hired thugs. And then, means those who opposed, for them that British landlords hired thugs, that to beat them, to threaten them. And the information about synthetic indigo reached peasants, means till now that peasants, since they were poor, they were illiterate, they did not have any information about the real reason behind the breaking of this that ancient arrangement of 15%. The information about synthetic indigo reached peasants, and then peasants came to know about the real reason behind this freedom of from being released from 15% arrangement, and they wanted their money back. So when they came to know the real reason, and they came to know about the cunningness of those British landlords, that the how they are exploiting them, then they wanted their money back. Those peasants who had already given the compensation, given the money to them, they wanted their money back. And then Gandhiji's arrival at Champaran, and this point of time Gandhiji has arrived to Champaran, and then he tried to get facts. Gandhiji started collecting the facts about the exploitation, about the British landlords' exploitation of the uh, mm, poor sharecroppers, or the injustice which had been done against them. So visited secretary of the British landlords. Now he started his inquiry. Gandhiji started his inquiry, extensive inquiry, and first of all that he visited the secretary of the British Landlords Association in order to get the information. The secretary refused information to Gandhiji, as he was an outsider. And then secretary, when he visited secretary of the British Landlord Association, the secretary had refused to give any information to Gandhiji regarding that sharecroppers peasants case, because that he told Gandhiji that he is an outsider and he will not share any information with an outsider. And here that Gandhiji answered that he was not an outsider. Gandhiji told that he was not an outsider. And then till now Gandhiji had realized that something wrong was definitely happened with the sharecroppers, and that's why that Gandhiji contacted British official commissioner of Tirahut, and then Gandhiji decided to contact to British official commissioner of Tirahut. Now students, that the time is over, I think. So that rest of the part of this lesson we will study in our next session. So till now that I think that you have already done the extensive study, means you have studied in detail this chapter, since chapter is very important for board examinations point of view. So that's why that we are revising it, and the detailed information you have already studied the text. In this way it will be revised, so it will take another period, one more period to complete the revision of this chapter. So till then, thank you and have a nice day.